Yo, I'm gonna wait till people get in the bin out. What up, Mark Anthony? Can y'all still hear me? Let me know if y'all can still hear me. I did something right quick. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. What up, dog? The ninja, Juan Madrid. Let me know. Yes, the champ has arrived. The number one champ. I know, right? Can y'all still hear me? Okay, cool. All right, bet. What's up, Stephen Arthur, Mark Anthony, Matthew Shelby, Adam Casanova, Juan Madrid? What's good? What's up? Just talking with the nation. That's the topic. Just talking with the nation. You know, what's good? I got my Powerball. I got my Powerball right here. What up, Carlos? Los. I'm just not even calling you Carlos no more. I'm just gonna call you Los. Shout out to the Powerbomb. Powerball. That's the Powerball. What's up, Dion? How we feeling right now? How we feeling? Nah. What's up? What's up? What's up? Come on in the building, man. How we feeling? How we feeling about these Cowboys right now? How y'all feel? I mean, I'm want to hear what y'all got here. Right now, disappointed with the Cowboys. I'm not even gonna say disappointed right now. With me, I'm just kind of like, I don't want to talk about Stephen Jones. He irks me, but just I don't know. I'm just in this state of mind with the Cowboys right now. I don't know what kind of state of mind I am with the Cowboys right now. I mean, I don't know about another corner in the draft. I mean, they're probably going to draft one, but they're not going to draft one early. I don't think, unless some big time guy drops to them. I don't think they're still going to draft a corner early. He said, I hate Stephen Jones. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't hate Stephen Jones. He just gets on my nerves. I mean, more people lost than gained, in my opinion. Also lost some talent. He didn't really replenish it. Dante Fowler could be a guy that could be pretty good for Dallas, but other than that, nobody. But I didn't expect anybody. He still says, yeah, man, that Cooper interview, it just sounded like he was sad as hell. He even said, I love Dallas. I didn't want to leave. But it's business. You know what I mean? I mean, you hear what he said. Just like Dez. I said both of those two. Who was instrumental in having both of those guys, in my opinion? Just from me. Dez Bryant and both Amari Cooper, different sides of the spectrum on the personalities. But when you look at it, Stephen Jones didn't like neither one of them. And he got rid of both of them. That's Stephen Jones. Jerry Jones didn't want to get rid of Dez Bryant. And I think maybe Stephen probably told him to get on board with releasing Cooper. I think this is a Stephen Jones thing. Two guys that did not want to leave Dallas. Dez didn't want to leave. He wanted to still play with Dallas. He wanted to end his career in Dallas. Cooper didn't want to leave. You heard he said he looked sad. I mean, maybe, but Cooper got the same look, but he looked like he didn't want to leave. And, he said it's business. And, Stephen Jones is, I told you, when I had George Teague on and he was talking about Cooper. What's up, Cedric? What up, Randy? He was talking about how they play you as management, as far as contracts, bonuses, things of that nature. And, Cooper was a very smart individual. And basically he wasn't going to probably let the Cowboys finesse him. He's not dumb. Amari Cooper is very smart. And, if you look at Dez was kind of like wild with it. I don't think Stephen Jones liked that. But then now Cooper is more cerebral and can really match you mentally. And I don't think he liked that either. Man, I feel like, maybe he was coming at him in a certain way. Um, you know what I mean? I think he just was messing with Stephen Jones' head, and then you finding him for not having a mask, and he's going to the game without mask. I just feel like it was going to happen. Uh, um, I don't think Jones is going to trade up unless it's a magnificent player. I don't think he's going to trade up. If anything, it would be trade down. That's what we all been talking about, trade down and gather picks because it's a deep draft, especially if your guy maybe not be there. A lot of people talking about Olave. I like Chris Olave. I'm out here in Ohio. I see Chris Olave, but I like Jameis Wilson, Jamison Williams better. I like Jamison Williams better. I know he got the ACL, and I don't like guys with injuries. I don't. But this dude, different. That's who I want. So if he were to fall to the Dallas Cowboys at 24, I'm taking him. That's me. For real. I'm taking Williams. I watched no. And that's crazy that he wasn't even getting that work, with Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave. He wasn't even getting that work. He goes to Alabama and goes nuts. 1 year, I'm just mad that he tore his ACL, but that could be Cowboys game because he could drop. If he's sitting there at 24, I don't know. I got to take him, dog. And I don't like taking injured guys, but I'm taking him. I don't know about moving up to get Gross. The Cowboys are talking about that. So if they want to go that route, hey, whatever. That's cool. I mean, he's a good offensive lineman. Then he probably be starting right now at the left guard spot. So, they have an affinity for him. He may drop. We'll see if these quarterbacks, the board could be crazy. This draft could be crazy. Bernard Raymond, I think he's worth the 24th pick. I like him. I thought he was the best tackle to me. Everybody talking about Trevor Penny, and I thought he was better than Penny to me. I like Penny because, they talk about he's nasty, but I don't know. I'm not. Everybody talking about Penny at 24. I don't want to do that. I'm not taking Penny at 24. I'm not doing that. I would take Bernard Raymond over him at 24. If anything, I'm not taking Penny at 24. It's not just because Northern Iowa. I mean, when I was talking to Boss, he was being, everybody talking he's nasty. I was told him he reminds me of Mark Colombo. He nasty, but that nastiness ain't really gonna work in the NFL. You feel me? I know they banged up a receiver, but this dude is different, dog. Williams is different. What up, Ron the Don? If Davis falls, I don't know about that. 17. If you're at 24, you got to move up 7 spots. You got to give up capital. Stephen Jones is not doing that. No. Y'all got to understand how Stephen Jones works. Y'all be talking about this stuff, and that's not real. That's not going to happen. Yes, happy birthday, Turning Romo. What up? What up, Q Blake? But yeah, Steven, they're not doing that. If Davis is at 17, they're not moving up that far to get him. No, they're not. 20, maybe, but I really doubt it. I don't know. I just know how Stephen Jones is. If he has to give up something to get something, he's not like that. He's not that dude. My thoughts on Deebo, I don't have any thoughts on Deebo because I don't see why. If Stephen Jones is this guy who don't want to pay people, right? And he's always crying about the cap. He's always talking about the cap. Baby nuts. That's why I call him baby nuts. Why in the hell would I think that he would trade for Deebo Samuels and give up picks, his precious picks for Deebo Samuel, who, yeah, it may not be expensive this first year, but he's going to want money, an extension, big money. And you think they're going to want to deal with that when they can just draft a receiver? And he already said, we got rid of Amari Cooper, and now we can see what CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup does. And they can probably draft a receiver. He's already saying that. So why would he go out and get a Deebo Samuels? That would be astonishing if that happened to me. That would be astonishing. That would be an absolute, don't believe it. You get what I'm saying? Like, he don't want to pay nobody. So why the hell? I'm not talking about Deebo Samuels, dog, because he's not coming. It doesn't matter if his family likes Dallas or his brother likes Dallas or they family. It doesn't matter about that. That doesn't matter if he loves Dallas or takes a picture or has a jersey number with Dallas Cowboys. That doesn't matter. Nobody cares about that, because if he ain't signing a contract, if he's wanting big money, you think he's not looking at these other guys that's making 20, 18, 19 million, 20 million a year? He wants that kind of money. You think Dallas Cowboys going to pay him? Then they just got rid of Amari Cooper. Come on, man. Yeah, I want a Mauler too, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this draft goes. I think it's going to be a funny draft. I think there's going to be some players there available at 24 to kind of like a CD Lamb type thing, and it's going to make Dallas think. I feel like that's going to happen at 24, because I feel like the board is going to drop kind of weird, especially if these quarterbacks, they pick more quarterbacks than they should. I don't mean, this is not a good quarterback class, and if they really are pressing the quarterbacks, it's going to push other people down. So, you know, we're going to see what happens with that. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe second. I would say third, more likely to me. If they were to do that, I like Kenyon Green, but once again, I'm gonna talk to Bobby Belt, because they were saying that they need to make sure he was a dog. I didn't like that, so I'd say, and I could be totally wrong. I instantly soured on Kenyon Green when I heard that. Like, shit, I don't want to hear any whispers about wondering if he's a dog or not. No, I mean, he's got the ability. But man, if you're playing on the offensive line or wondering if you're a dog, I gotta find that out. So I just heard it. I gotta talk to him and find out, what's going on with that. Yeah, that's what I said, in my tweet. We were talking about Deebo Samuels. Kellen Moore didn't even use these other guys, right? How is he gonna use Deebo Samuels? And he said he don't want to be known as a running back. He wants to be known as a receiver. So now you're just trying to get CeeDee Lamb in year 3, and they're trying to show him, and they're trying to talk about him. Now you're going to incorporate. Come on, man. I mean, do y'all really believe that? I cannot believe that. So it's not going to happen. No, he's not giving up no first round pick for no Deebo Samuels. I don't care how good he plays or what he plays, or he's not coming to Dallas, dog. They didn't even want to sign Bobby Wagner. Like he said, we're gonna give you a number, and if you don't go with that number, then we're out. And that's what Steven. And they can say Dallas has some interest. Yeah, they might have interest, but they're gonna ask for at least a first for Deebo Samuels. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That's not happening. So, I mean, just my opinion, I don't know why we're talking about Deebo Samuels, because he's not coming to Dallas Cowboys to me. Wasn't even a thought for me thinking he was going to come to Dallas. I don't know if Jabril Cox, let me put that question up there. I don't know if Jabril Cox is going to break out. We'll see. He had some good games. We saw that he was starting to get his feet wet a little bit, but he still hasn't played really any significant pro games, and got a lot of snaps. So I can't say that he's going to break out this year. What I'm looking for is some good, coverage ability. I want them to take it slow with him. Don't kind of rush it with him. So I don't have the crazy expectations for him, because this is like his rookie year. For real. To me, he really didn't get no time. He really didn't get a lot of tick on the field. So I definitely can't think he's going to break out. I just hope that, he comes back healthy, and we'll see what he brings to the table. Because the jury is still out. I mean, you have a lot of upside with Jabril Cox, size, the speed, but he is coming back from an injury. He didn't really get any kind of work on the field. So to throw him in the fire, he's like a rookie. He can't have these crazy expectations. Like he can get 100 tackles, 5 interceptions, and do all this like a Marcus Parsons did. What up, Just Blaze? I don't know why it doesn't. I mean, maybe he has more say because this could be his last year. He definitely has to have more say, in my opinion. He definitely has to take the reins more this year. because this will be the last year. If you don't get to a championship or a Super Bowl, Mike McCarthy's gone. You know what I mean? So I don't know what he's going to do. I would think that, if he's thinking that I'm going to go out blazing, I would think he would take over more of the play calling or have more saying or his hand in it. But we don't know what Jerry and them are doing. We don't know if they're saying anything. Stephen Jones says, "Oh, we don't have any hand in it." I don't believe that because that hasn't happened before. I'm feeling good, Just Blaze. Yeah, I want him to be healthy too. You feel me? That's the biggest thing with Jabril Cox. I just want them, like I said, if they're drafting a linebacker, I was talking about Nakobe Dean. I kind of slowed down on Nakobe Dean just because they always want to bring in these tall linebackers with the prerequisite 6'3", long arms. That's what they want. I mean, even the two linebackers they brought in, I don't know who else they brought in, but they brought in Quay Walker and Devin Lloyd. They didn't bring in Nakobe Dean, and it was because he's 5'11", 228 pounds, 230 pounds, but he's a different guy. And, I kind of just backed away from him because I'm like, well, I'm looking at all the measurements and all the guys that have in, and then the guys that bringing in, they're all these prerequisite. But that dude, man, I just want somebody to allow Michael Parsons to be free, and to be able to rush the passer, to be able to drop in coverage, to be able to do all, and have one guy just kind of focus and just control the game and just kind of let Michael Parsons do that. I mean, everybody wants to, him take the next step in, leadership, and I believe he will. But that doesn't mean he has to have the green dot and going back and forth plays, because the more responsibility he has with that, the less he really maybe can do. If you give it to somebody else and let him roam free, it doesn't take anything from his ability or who he is, but just allows him to be even a better player. So we need to get one of those linebackers. What's up, truckers? We need to get one of those type of linebackers that can do that. They had Quay Walker, but I don't feel like Quay Walker is that guy to be able to do that. I would say a Nakobe Dean is a more established leader, a guy who can really play the middle linebacker spot. And, if you draft a Quay Walker, then your middle linebacker is probably going to be LVE. You know what I'm saying? And I want LVE and Michael Parsons to roam and have a strict middle linebacker. And I feel like Nakobe Dean, he fits that bill, even though he doesn't have the measurements. He fits that bill. You know what I mean? So you can get a linebacker. Like my last draft on the Philly podcast, you can go check it out. I had Nakobe Dean and Nick Bonito as my first two picks. And Devin Lloyd was available. I'm not as high on Lloyd. Lloyd's a good player, but I feel like Nakobe Dean fits more to Dallas. I feel like if you get a Devin Lloyd, he is already a guy like Jabril Cox, that those are like the same type players. So why are you drafting the same type players to me? You draft a middle linebacker who can really control that defense, can really his instincts are, he's not the biggest guy, but his instincts are going to allow him to hit those creases and see those plays before they do it. When I look at Bobby Wagner, I looked at Bobby Wagner's measurements. He's only 6 foot tall. So, you know what I mean? I don't think they're going to get Channing Tindall. You know what I'm saying, Quay? I just don't feel like they're going to do it. Yeah, and I was on Nick Bolton too. And remember, everybody was talking about Nick Bolton was a surefire first rounder. He wasn't going to drop, and what happened? He went 54th. So, Nakobe Dean could drop because of the measurements. So if he does drop and he is there, it's really hard for me to sit there and say no. If Kenyon Green is there, if Nakobe Dean is there, I don't know, man. I think Zion Johnson, that would be tough. Because I feel like you can get that guard still later. And I just feel like, your offense is going to not be ready like your defense is. When the season started, it was more the offense was ready-made and the defense was going to come along. But now I feel like it's flip-flop. I feel like the defense is going to be more the forefront in these weeks, and the offense is going to have to come along. So you want to still continue to prepare for that defense and getting a middle linebacker that can really solidify that. And if you get that big boy in the middle and Bohanna steps up, you're sitting real good, and then you can let the offense grow into what it can be. You can still get some receivers later on. This draft is deep. Everybody keeps talking about it. This draft is very deep. You know what I mean? So I feel like Dallas will be okay. I don't know. I just feel like it's his measurements. No, I would not trade up for Karlaftis. I like Karlaftis too. You know, my guy is training him, Brandon Tucker. Make sure you can go check out that video. Go through the Big Game James page, and you actually really need to listen. If you didn't get to check out that video, please check it out because Brandon Tucker's training George Karlaftis, and he had a lot of good things to say about him. A lot of good things. He said he's going to be a better pro than college player. But me, I'm not going to trade up for him. I feel like there's other defensive ends that you can get in this draft without having to trade up. And I just feel like I'm not losing the capital. And he's going to be a guy. But I played a lot on the left side. That's where Tank plays. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, I'm not going to do something like that. But that doesn't take away from me saying he's not a very good player. It's just I'm not trading up for him. Like, I'm not doing that unless it was like two spots. And even then, I'm just not doing that with Karlaftis. I like him, but I'm just not trading up for him. Yeah, I feel you, Just. But I feel like, and here's the thing. I totally agree with you with that. And that's why you need to go watch the video because I said that in my questions. I said, what up, Rodney? What up, dog? I said that in my question. I was like, I know how you got to say good things about your guys, but keep it real as you can with me. And B does, and he gave an honest analysis on all his guys, and he said a lot of good things about Kaloptis, and the things that he said about him. If you watch his game and then you see what B said about him, it matches up. So he didn't say anything wrong about the kid, and the kid I think is going to be a good pro. He's kind of going to be like the Ryan Kerrigan type, where you don't talk about him all the time, but dude's going to be getting sacks, dude's going to be getting tackles, dude's going to be getting pressures, and be like, damn, that was a damn good pick. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't hate Lloyd. I don't think he's a bad player, but I just feel like the Cowboys already have that right now, and I feel like since they already have that, why jump out there and just kind of not really. I'm not going to say waste a pick, but I just feel like you already have that. So why do that? I was given some. I posted this. I posted the Cowboys schedule. What are you thinking right now? What's the Cowboys record? What's that schedule? Away opponents: Washington, New York, Philly, LA, Green Bay, Minnesota, Tennessee, Jacksonville. Home games: Washington, New York, Philly, Tampa Bay. Man, they gotta beat Brady, bro. Chicago, Detroit, Cincinnati. That's gonna be a good game. Cincinnati. That Houston game gonna be good. I mean, not that Houston, but that Colts game gonna be a good game. Gonna be some good games on here. That Rams game gonna be good. That Tennessee game, I'm ready for. I want to see that Tennessee game. I'm gonna be hyped for that Tennessee game, and definitely for this Green Bay because I mean, Aaron Rodgers done had that. Dallas ain't played them since they got McCarthy, right? Shout out to you, John Jones, for the hey ho $5 holla. Let's get it up there. Let's get that up there. All right, man. You be cooking that dinner up like no other. I don't know. Somehow, some way, you gotta just send that food somehow, some way, dog. Stingley falls at 24. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't want Stingley at 20. I don't want Stingley. I don't want to do that. I don't want to take Stingley at 24. I'm not doing that. That's just me. Good player. I just, I'm kind of chilling on him. You know what I mean? What up, Miss Charles? We'll see, Rodney. We'll see if Dalton Schultz, because Cooper's gone now, so there's not. They're going to focus more on CD Lamb. So we're going to see if the door is really going to be open for Dalton Schultz to really, because we saw a lot of the catches. We did some videos, and we're not, when me, Boss, and OC and those guys, we're not dogging Dalton Schultz, but keep it real. Appreciate you, Miss Charles, with the $5 holla. Let's get it up there for Miss Charles. She wanted the baby bears in there. Hey ho, we appreciate you, but always Miss Charles and the love that you show. 100. But when I look at it, dog, just Dalton Schultz is nothing like special. He's like not killing people like in the seams. He's not, he's hitting them with the 5 and under like Jason Witten used to do, or that's what it is. Like, so I don't know where he's gonna be so dynamic. I don't think he's gonna get. I don't know. We'll see. That's just crazy. And the thing is, I'm not hating on Dalton Schultz, but like I said, he has the Witten-ish, and Witten was good. It was very good, but a quarterback could give him the ball too. What's my realistic pick at 24? Probably offensive line. I feel like if Kenyon Green or Zion Johnson is there at 24, they're going to take him. Unless, I think they'll think about it if N'Kobe Dean is there, but I think realistically, offensive line. That receiver could be there and play too, especially like I said, if, Traylon Burks drops or James Williams. I mean, they might think about that. Chris Olave. If one of them receivers drop, I think they'll definitely consider that. You know what I mean? Everybody's talking about OJ Howard. I ain't tripping on him. They got some tight ends in this draft we can get. You can scoop and that'd be okay. You feel me? I mean, OJ Howard ain't did nothing in the NFL. Everybody keep talking about him. I ain't heard him do anything. I mean, I'm not definitely giving up on that's tough. Olave is really good. He's just Watson's bigger than him, but Olave is really good. I'm not giving up on Boss Man, but I kind of am. Maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of in the between with him. I just feel like it's just how much longer, that's just my feelings on it. Like, how many times, you've already had all these issues before, and now this. Like, there's going to be some kind of discipline. You can't be in a drive-by shooting where somebody gets murdered, and doesn't matter if you didn't get by the police. It doesn't matter if the police didn't arrest you. Something's gonna happen. Like, you know what I mean? So I just feel like, people say it's a wake-up call. I just feel like you was already doing things and and open the door for these things. So it's like, how many times do you already had a patterns and trends? You know what I mean? So I don't know. You feel me? Like, you already had things going on with you, and then you have this. It's like, when's it gonna stop? You know what I mean? So then what if something else happens? Then then what we say then? You know what I mean? Then people are gonna say, like, and there's a chance. Could nothing happen again. But if something else happens again, then what is everybody gonna say? See, you should let him go. You feel me? Everybody wants to keep him just because he's a second-round draft pick and he got talent. A lot of people don't, like I said on the final word, a lot of people don't want to keep him because they care about Kelvin Joseph. They want to keep him because he's a second-round draft pick, and they want somebody starting on the opposite of Diggs and show that potential. Let's keep it all the way funky. That's what it really is. What's up, Jim Laws? I'm doing good. I'm doing well. I don't really want a Drake London. They brought him in. He's a good receiver, but I want some speed with that, man. We need like I said, Jameson Wilson. I keep on saying Wilson. Jameson Williams. I don't care. I know that knee on the man, but I'm willing to take that chance with him, dog. I'm willing to take that chance with him. He's explosive. He got good size. Man, he make that offense nice. If George Pickens, I mean, in the second, they want to go that route, that'd be cool, I guess. I still like Williams. I love some Williams. I wouldn't mind. I told you I like Danny Gray. I think Dallas can scoop him. He's SMU. He's a Texas boy. I think that means a lot to those guys. I've been screaming Danny Gray for the last 2 months straight. Made a video about him. I really like him. I really want to get. I named these 3 receivers in the later rounds: Bo Melton, Velus Jones, and Danny Gray. Those are 3 receivers I had already identified in December, January. Saw them at the Senior Bowl practices. They had every bit of the speed that Dallas needs, and they each of them, except I don't know if Melton really does return. I have to check on that, but those other guys would bring return ability and legit speed, which the Cowboys don't have. So I wouldn't mind getting a receiver early and get one of those guys later. I've already done it in my mock drafts many a times where I got a receiver first and got a receiver later, and those guys were always available in those 5th rounds, and Dallas got 4 picks. And if they don't wheel and deal and move up or anything like that, I think some of those guys will still be around. So I'm definitely cool with grabbing or scooping one of them. If they kept 9 picks, I said they would get at least 2 offensive linemen, 2 receivers, so that's 4. I know they would get a defensive end, that'd be 5. I know they get a tight end, that'd be 6. I know they're going to get a linebacker, that's going to be 7. They may get another DN, 8, or another linebacker, that'd be 8. And then for the 9th pick, quarterback, they looking at that cat from Brown. If he'd be available, they'd probably take him. So I think 2 receivers, like I said, 2 receivers, 2 offensive linemen, definitely a DN, a linebacker. Oh, maybe a D tackle too. We'll see. Yeah, definitely got to get that D tackle. Dan Quinn's going to get a D tackle. So yeah, D tackle's going to be got. And he's going to be a big one. He's going to be a big D tackle. They're not going to do no Antonio Brown role. Come on, man. Kicker, they say that, but I doubt they're going to draft a kicker, dog. When's the last time the Cowboys drafted a kicker? Somebody show me that. The last time the Cowboys drafted a kicker. They're not drafting a kicker. No, I'm going to go ahead and forget kicker, but I'll go with defensive tackle. What up, Terry Turner? Dan Bailey wasn't drafted, was he? He was undrafted. Yeah, tell him, Jim. Yeah, I think Dan Bailey was undrafted. Somebody tell me, go pull it up. I know y'all Google. Who's the last kicker that was drafted by the Cowboys? Was he drafted? Was Bueller drafted? I like Logan Hall too. I like him from Houston. He's 6'6". He's a legit 285, almost 290. You wonder what he's going to play. He's going to play a 3. He's going to play a 1. I think that's what they're wondering, what he can play. But I like Logan Hall. He's huge. He got hurt in the Senior Bowl. That kid is huge. I like him. I like Logan Hall. I wonder where he would play. He reminds me of like a Brent Urban type. If you look at his body type, but he's bigger. Looks bigger. He's huge. He's a big kid. Yeah. Nick Folk drafted? I don't think Nick Folk was drafted. David Bueller, 09. So last time the Cowboys drafted David Bueller was 09. So that was 12, 13 years. So they're not going to draft a kicker this year. I'm going to tell you that right now. They're not drafting a kicker. Everyone's saying, draft a kicker. They're not drafting a kicker. No. David Bueller in the 5th round? Yeesh. Thanks. Next time I go live, we're going to do a draft thing. I think we're going to do a draft thing right before the draft. But I want y'all to get ready for that because I think we're going to do we already talked about on the final word, so I'm probably going to jump in. They're going to be at live. I can't remember the place, but it's going to be in Las Colinas, Texas. But I'm going to jump in whenever the Cowboys draft a player. I'll jump in and give my analysis or my thoughts about the pick, and we'll see. So make sure you tune in. I'm going to have my guy DDP jumping in with me next week, and we'll be going over the draft, and we'll probably do a simulator. I might just do a solo simulator by myself. I've been doing a lot of mock drafts this year more than ever. I clown people for it, but I was doing it like no other. So yeah, I stepped up and did a little bit, but yeah, Los Colinas, make sure y'all check that out. If you're in the Texas area, those guys are going to be there for the draft. It's going to be exciting. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be on the whole show or just coming in on with the picks. We'll see how it is, but make sure you tune in on that before I sign off. Like I said, me and my guy DDP will be going live next week. We got some things going on between me and him. We're going to be start doing and creating a podcast. We'll let you know more about that, but it'll be next Wednesday. Will be our first show where we'll be doing more things. So make sure you tune in for that. I like that, and I'm excited about that. And just keep how it is. We're just getting ready for these Cowboys, man. We're just getting ready for this draft. And I think, like I said, my mind frame with the Cowboys right now is kind of like I can't really even tell you before I sign off in here. I don't know what my thought is with the Cowboys right now. I'm just be very honest with y'all. This is the first time in a long time. Seriously, like I don't know if we may add another one, but it'll be cheap. It's been a long time since I had this feeling of not hopelessness, but I'm going to figure out the word for it because I don't even have the word for what I feel right now about the Cowboys. I don't have the word for it. I'm just kind of like in a daze with it because I remember how I used to always just be so gung-ho, but now I just see all this craziness going on. It's like, man, are we really going to win anytime soon, dog? It looks like, yeah, uncertainty. Like, I'm just like, man, what's really going on with this team, man? Just like, you got all this talent, but it's just like there's something missing. And there's something missing. I don't know what it is. There's just something missing with this team, and I just don't know what it is. I think that's where I'm at. Like, there's just something missing with this team, man. And I can't put my finger on it. I feel certain things about it, but there's just something missing with this team. It's been missing for a very long time. And I think everybody knows it. Maybe we just all don't know what it is. But there is something missing on this team that if it stays the same, it's just not going to change. It's going to be the same old thing. So, we'll see what happens. I think it's the uncertainty. I think that was the word. Eminem Fernandez said it the best, uncertainty. they can win the division, but I don't know. You know, too many times and last year, I think this past season, years before I would get frustrated, I kind of knew they weren't going to do it with Jason Garrett. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of knew they weren't going to win with Garrett. So I never really got super geeked. I just always thought, well, if something did happen, then that would be great. That was like great if it did happen. But in my heart, I felt like it never was going to happen with Garrett in my heart. But maybe luckily something did happen. 2014 was the lucky season to me. Almost happened. But I felt like with McCarthy, maybe it was a better chance. I thought last year was the best chance, and to fall flat like that again, it's like, wow, there's something missing over here, man. Because like y'all had everything you needed, and you still failed. So what's gonna be different this year? I think that's what's coming off in my head. And you had everything last year, right? You had offense, you had defense. Yeah, your special teams was doing his little thing. We know about the kicker sucked, but we know what was going on. But to just do that again is just like, okay, I thought we were past that. That's what I feel in my heart. Like, I thought we were past doing that type of stuff. Like, I thought we got over that hump of doing the dumb stuff. So now, in my head, I'm thinking, what's going to be different from this year? How is this team better from last year? Yeah, you re-signed like everybody back, but you lost people too. Good players. And you really didn't replenish that. And we don't know what's going to happen in this draft. So I'm like, it's just in my head, like, how is this team going to be better? I don't know. I just don't believe how this team is going to be better from last year. I just don't see it. It could happen because we can't predict the future. We don't know the future. It could be crazy. But from when I'm looking at it, from the analytical side of it, it just doesn't look like this team would be better when you look at what you lost and what you brought back, and you still have the issues that's going on in the air. I don't know. So we'll see. But I appreciate everybody jumping on in, man. I'm about to make a video, probably maybe make a video tonight or tomorrow. Go support those videos, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give my personal own breakdowns of the NFC East. I did the Giants already. I'm going to do the Washington Commanders next, and I'm going to do the Philadelphia Eagles, and then I'm going to go through each division and break down each one of those teams and who I think is going to win that division, who I think is possibly going to get drafted by those teams. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this. So when those videos pop up, go support them, like them, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the Facebook page, hit the YouTube page, all that good stuff. I really appreciate everybody for jumping in. I'm going to talk to y'all soon, but I think I'm going to drop that Washington Commanders video either tonight or tomorrow. Make sure you go check it out and see my thoughts on where I feel like the Washington Commanders will end up this season. I already gave my prediction on the Giants and where they would end up this year. I'll go check out that Commanders video and see and have your thoughts on where the Commanders might end up in the NFC East in this 2022 season. So I'll check y'all soon. Big Game James. I'm out.